All right, hi. How's it going? We're halfway through, I think. We doing well? Yeah? Congratulations to all the other inductees. All of your accomplishments are pretty amazing to see and to hear about. So thank you for sharing. Rennie, thank you very much, and also the rest of the board and all of the organizers that put this wonderful event and meal on. Thank you all. You know, I haven't been a hockey player for 20 years. Shortly after my career, I started and continued to work in a deep career in fighting climate change. And so when, thank you. Thank you. And so when Rennie gave me the call, it was rather shocking, again, for somebody that hasn't thought of themselves as a hockey player in 20 years. And so since then, it's been just a wonderful trip down memory lane. The good stuff, the bad stuff, mostly good. And even being here now this weekend, feeling nothing but gratitude. Driving down, you know, I grew up a few miles up the road, Saratoga Springs, New York. One of the most amazing stretches of just patch of earth in the world. And of course, as a kid, I didn't appreciate it, but now coming back, driving down 87, crossing the rivers, the Thaddeus Kosciuszko Bridge that used to put your head in the back window and it felt like it was going to come down on your head at the end. Driving down to Dave Randall's, who thankfully gave me the building blocks I needed to become the skater I needed to be. Getting to drink the orange Gatorade, Mom, you drive me down that 87, straight to Dave's. I got to drink the orange Gatorade when we were done, so that's what kept me going. But it's an absolute honor, and it's funny when I look at these pictures from so long ago, I almost don't recognize her. My goodness. She no longer defines me, but it's very, very clear that young woman skating over there is who I am at my core. And so it's been really, really great to be able to revisit those times and realize how much of what drove me then is still in me now. And with these young ones over here, what drives a lot of my parenting, which they probably don't always appreciate. So I grew up, like I said, in Saratoga, started playing with the boys. Does anybody remember that old Excelsior Arena in Saratoga? I see a few hands. That place, wow, literally a barn, chain link fences, walls. They had the plastic covering around them to keep the wind out. But that warm room with the wood-burning stove was in the snack bar, the airheads at the snack bar. It was just such a wonderful community, a wonderful place. It's no longer with us, they've upgraded, but just the best memories. I remember playing against Eric Cole there. It's too bad he's not here. We had to put our peskiest player on him and we still couldn't stop him. He was that good even then. Nowhere to play as a girl other than with the boys, but at some point I had to make the switch, so I joined the team up in the Lake Placid Rockets, got to play with another Olympian, Andrea Kilborn, up there from the Great Saranac Lake. So really just had what I needed to get to where I wanted to be at Brown University, had 4 tremendous years there. And actually I have an RPI story, sort of, or RPI affiliate. I kind of relied a little too much on my athleticism and never developed enough discipline to actually get to where I wanted to be, which was the national team. Luckily, I was able to get into Brown, but even there, my first couple of years, I just didn't know. I didn't understand what it actually took. And I was working after my sophomore year out in Cape Cod for the summer, and I joined a gym. I walk into the gym, and who is working out there? Anybody know who worked out during the summers out in Cape Cod?
Tracy Lavoisier.
Adam Oates. Adam Oates. So Adam Oates is working out, and I'm seeing what he's doing. I'm like, I don't know how to do that. And I approach him, and we just say hi, and he learned a little bit about me. He said, you're welcome to train with me anytime. I trained with him all summer. I came back to Brown for my last 2 years, and I was a professional athlete all of a sudden, or I behaved like one at least, for the first time in my life. And so this late blooming allowed me to make the first cut of the Salt Lake City Games in August of 2001. First cut is 25 players, cut it down to 20 in December. Unfortunately didn't make that one, but it was the right move. I was not good enough. And I'll tell you one thing, there's nothing like hearing direct feedback from a coach saying, Literally, you'd never forget these words, I just wish you were better. It's okay, that's what sport is. The sun still came up the next day. But that leads to either giving up or it leads to growth, right? And that's what hockey can give us. So I decided to stay on. I moved up to Canada, played with the wonderful players up there, many of them still my best friends. On the Canadian national team, they helped me learn how to both be a professional and have a lot of fun. They're very good at that, very good at both. So I realized my dream. But but that's just the hockey part of it. In September of 2001, we lost our father, horrifically. But 2 weeks before that, I had just made the national team out of nowhere, and my father was there in Lake Placid, along with a number of my relatives, some of whom are here today. My mom had a big family, my dad had a big family, many of my aunts and uncles just happened to be in Lake Placid the day they announced it. So when we came out of the room, when I realized I made it, and I came and I just ran into my dad's arms, and he lifted me up, 2 weeks later, he was gone. And that was hard. It was really hard for our family. But 4 years later, Torino, Italy. My mom had 5 siblings. My dad had 5 living siblings. All of them came to Torino with their partners and some of their children. We have a big Irish family, lots of cousins. We had at least 40 people there. So we're playing our tournament. We lose in the semifinals to a really, actually fantastic Swedish team. They had a great goalie, a couple of great scorers. We lose in the shootout. Where's Jordan? I also have a Celine Dion reference, except this one is the one that's about Kate Winslet losing Leonardo DiCaprio forever, the one about My Heart Will Go On. We played that song on repeat all night. We were devastated to know we weren't going to get to be in the gold medal game. My heart was broken, but my shoulders were also very heavy, knowing I had 40-plus family members who, in my mind, not just were there supporting me, but this feeling of tragedy around my father felt all wrapped up into it. And here we failed. We didn't even make it to the gold medal game, and I had this heaviness on my shoulders. But there was two days before the bronze medal game, so we had planned a family dinner. My family just generously and kindly and just amazingly rented out this beautiful little Italian joint. I mean, they would just call it a joint there, I guess. It was in Italy, but I walk in, and I had those 40-plus family members. Patty, Dawn, you were there, just started clapping. This weight on my shoulders just evaporated. They were clapping and so proud of me and so happy to be there. It wasn't about the wins and losses. It was about a journey, and it was about something bigger than ourselves. They couldn't have cared less. They were just so happy to be there supporting. So I will never forget that dissociation from the wins and losses and what sports should actually be. And I will never forget that lesson. What else is it giving me? Obviously, when you find out you're not good enough at something, that adversity, the injuries, the losses. I love sport because it gives you a safe environment to experience those things. You lose a big game, you don't make a team, you get injured, the sun still comes up. And you learn how to deal with it, or you don't, and you still learn about yourself, right? So that is something I've taken with me for the rest of my life. But the most important thing it has given me is my wonderful friends, a couple of whom came all the way down from Toronto to be here tonight. We have this thing called Cocktail Club. Most of my friends are hockey players, former hockey players. Everybody has kids, so everybody's super busy. But quarterly, we have this cocktail club sitting in our calendars, and when there's cocktail club, you go to cocktail club. And the last one we were at was at the lovely Jillian Apps' house, so 3-time Olympic gold medalist, I believe. So just amazing hockey players, and everybody has had a great career ever since. So we show up, and it's 15, 20 of us old hockey players that aren't talking about our kids. We're not talking about our jobs. We're just making fun of each other. and laughing, and the state of the world is heavy sometimes. It's just this moment, and how many, what a wonderful thing to be in middle age and have these friends where you can just get together and make fun of each other and have good drinks and really just shoot the shit. And it's just such a wonderful, that's what hockey really gave me, and that's what I will forever be grateful for, and I hope it lasts for as long as we're around. Mom, thank you for the trips to Dave Randall's, for the snow-covered roads, going to Lake Placid for home games. You and Dad, you never, I was 6 years old, we came home from an Adirondack Red Wing game, and I said, I want to do that. Neither of them, it was early 80s, mid-80s, neither of them said, girls don't do that. Neither of them said, are you sure? They just said, great, let's get some skates. It's unbelievable. Thank you. I'm only the second best hockey player in my family so far. Jaina, thank you for everything. It's been a long time and I still really like you. And you inspire me and motivate me every day. And I don't know if you know this, but Jaina, my partner, is Senior Vice President of Hockey Operations of the PWHL. She helped to build it. They're through their second season and it's going like gangbusters. If you have not gone to a game, go. If you haven't gone to a game in Canada, go. They are sold out, they are fun. Go up to Montreal, go see the Victoire, go see the best player in women's hockey, Marie-Philippe Poulin, who's the captain there. Go to Ottawa. They're really mean fans actually in Ottawa from what I understand, but it's good, it's fun. Toronto, our Scepters team is wonderful. Come to Toronto, watch a game. They're all sold out, standing room only, super fun. Also go down to see them in New York, see them in, well, probably not Minnesota. Let's not go to Minnesota. But Boston, go. It's a wonderful, wonderful product. And I'm so inspired by how you run that every day and the team that you've built and the leader that you are and the parent that you are. So I do think one of the reasons that we work, or at least, I won't pretend we have it figured out at all, but so far is our shared values based on what we've learned from hockey. This willingness to work hard and be the best versions of ourselves, but in service of something bigger.
Fuck yeah.
And now my kids play hockey in the Greater Toronto area, no less. So now we're on the other side. Karma, spend most of our days, most of our free time is in a car now, or in a rink. But it's really, really awesome to see. They're the best, and I see my little nephew over there, my niece who's, she's with us. Yeah, she's with us. There she is. But I will just end with this. We're having some issues right now. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you land on at all. That's not what this is about. But what feels very different to me, and now I'm middle-aged, it could just be that I'm old now, I don't know. But something's changed. But when I look at these beautiful young kids in the room, there was a baby in here earlier, it was just adorable. I don't think the kids have changed. I think the grown-ups have. And when I look at sport, and when I look at the lessons I learned, because my mom and dad didn't step in to shield me from the adversity. When I didn't make a team, they didn't go talk to the coach about it. When I didn't play because I wasn't playing well, when I was put on the fourth line, they didn't go complain to the coach. They let me figure it out. And now as a parent, that need to try to protect my children from that pain is strong. And I have a feeling I'll give into it sometimes. But I hope that us grown-ups don't come in and mess it up, because those are the most important lessons that we get, and sport gives us that, and in that safe environment. We need to stop thinking that it's all about wins and losses. We need to stop thinking it's about my kid needs more ice time. If your kid wants more ice time, at some point they're going to have to go and earn it themselves. And everybody in this room that's in this Hall of Fame, learn that on their own at some point. No parent can get them enough ice time to force them into being that good. At some point, the switch happens and they do it themselves. So we just got to get out of the way and trust our kids, because they can handle it. They can handle a lot. And so I just hope that, we're able to do that, and I hope that whether it's hockey or art or, what was it, aeronautics and aeronautics engineering, teaching, whatever it might be, that they can follow their hearts, deal with that adversity, and grow from it. Because that's what hockey was for me. So, thank you.